yours. Knocked his ass out and kissed him on the cheek. He fucked up just by thinking I was sweet. I run the city, Mike, I thought I was some cliques. You never heard someone like this upon the beat. Tutti fruity, the booty duty is jury duty. Moody foodies, jacuzzis is filled with bougie booties. All of this money, don't know how to count it, man. I think I need a computer. I can't live in deep, man. I live at the funeral. I got no need for a shooter. I'm getting bigger, getting bigger. Do you wanna reconsider? Lost control of a killer. I'm getting bigger, getting bigger. The whole label's drug dealers, If you build it, homie, they will come. If you turning up to save me some. Drop down to get your ego on. I don't care for boring people. I think you're lame. I only politic with goons while out the frame. Better take another shot, bitch. It's not a game. I'll beat it out the frame. Baraka waka flock of flame. I am a legend, man. You know that I have a problem with acting a fool. I don't talk to police. I know nothing. I swear to God that shit is not true. I'm a barbarian, hopping adrenaline, looking for something to do. I'm remarkable. I'm on a roll. If you need education, I'll take you to school. I'm getting bigger, getting bigger. Do you wanna reconsider? Lost control of a killer. I'm getting bigger, getting bigger. Wake up, brush off, get clean, look good. Put on 2 chains, flexing, but what's up? So fly, 2C, be you, look good. I win, you lose, fuck you, what's up? I don't care for boring people. I think you're lame. I only politic with goons while out the frame. Better take another shot, bitch. It's not a game. I'll beat it out the frame. Baraka waka flock of flame. Yeah, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Now I think I will go catch your body. Fuck your bitch. Fuck your bitch. Fuck your bitch. Fuck your bitch. And then I will go take a potty. No teriyaki. Yeah, rock Kawasaki. If you're gonna you can hop in the shotty. She popping the molly. We'll cop in the squatty. Oh, keep loving the body. I'm getting bigger, getting bigger. Do you wanna reconsider? Lost control of a killer. I'm getting bigger, getting bigger. Sing this. 1 time. 2 time. 3 time. Hey.
What is happening, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Finn's Tailgate. I am your host, El Capitan, and I haven't been on lately. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Shout out to the team doing the heavy lifting. Color, Lou, Ali, Shake. Them boys have been putting it in. I appreciate them. You surround yourself with good people and good things happen. And, shout out to the audience. Continuing to stick around, continuing to hang out, continuing to partake in the Finn's Tailgate. And the tone of the Finn's Tailgate. I've been watching. I pop in here and there, but I haven't really been hosting. Been busy, got a lot going on. But, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. And, it is the off season. It is a little bit of the quiet time. But I miss you guys. I miss you in chat. I miss our members. I miss the audience. And so I had to come in and hang out with you guys for a little bit. And, as the season will ramp up, I'll be ramping up everything, coming to you, 3-4 times a week again. But, guys, I really appreciate everybody straight up from the team, members, mods, everyone. I appreciate you guys. You keep this channel growing. You keep it happening. We've been working on a lot of stuff in the back. HB, a.k.a. Zippa Media, and I doing some stuff to bring you guys great content, stuff we're working on, cool green screen stuff, new intros, new stuff that when the 2023 season rolls out, hopefully over the off season, we'll have a lot of these kinks worked out and it's going to be fun. We're going to try to bring you guys, in-depth content, different stuff, just changing the game all the time. That's what we try to do. We try to get around the curve, and bring you guys something new and just fun, dude. I mean, there's plenty of people out there all over these YouTube streets, these podcast streets. They've got a lot to offer. There's a lot of great guys. Some are not so great, and it's fun. It's good. There's in a time when I can remember, short while ago, you couldn't find anything about the Dolphins. You really couldn't. The team was in limbo, and the fans really took it upon themselves to fight and give ourselves content. We started, scouring the internet and then consolidating the information and then repurposing it with opinions put on there. And so, a lot has changed for the Dolphins. Now we're one of the big teams talked about. I don't think there's a top 10 list out there where the Dolphins are not on it. Playoff bound type of football team. We went to the playoffs last season as a wild card team. Yeah, I know the Jets got Rodgers. Yeah, I know the Bills are still the Bills, but man, oh man, have the Patriots completely fallen apart down in the dumps. But the AFC is what the AFC is, and you know, hopefully the offseason additions of a couple of draft picks, as well as some of these free agents, undrafted free agents, I should say, UDFAs as they're affectionately called, will round out some good stuff for the team, as well as Ramsey and Fangio and all the offseason signings, Long, yada yada yada. We can go into the list, but this team has high expectations. The fan base has super high expectations for it. I'd like to say that, it's a no excuse year, but there seems to be an immense amount of Dolphin fans that are happy and willing and able to give excuses for this football team. I, you know, I don't like excuses. I don't make them for myself. I have understanding, but you heard me, listen, I haven't been putting in the time and energy into the channel, and I don't make that excuse for myself. I need to work more, work harder. I know, it's only to me to blame. Whereas the team, I mean, yeah, they blame themselves. I mean, just recently, Mike McDaniel, Raheem Moser talking about what Mike McDaniel said, that, he was apologetic about abandoning the run too much, about, Dolphins were second from the bottom. I think we were 31st in attempts with a 4.5, 4.6 average yards per carry. So, and he admitted to this, and that's good. It's good to have the, you know, self-reflection, as they call it. We can give him a little bit of leeway as a first-time head coach, but I can again, it's kind of like in a lot of ways people forget what they say and what they mean. When we had Flores in here, the expectations I would have put on Flores as a fourth year head coach, Mike McDaniel assumes those expectations. I don't care that he's a rookie. And you want to know why? Because, yeah, it might be his rookie season, but to me, the organization doesn't get a pass because they've decided to change out head coaches. It's just, if that's the case, that every time a change is made, then expect the excuse that, hey, the defense didn't do what it wanted to do because it's a first year for Vic Fangio. Is that the type of world we want to live in? Because I just want to express something to you guys. every year, all the players on the team get a year older. It's a year more of miles on them. It's a year more of beaten and bruised and work and just aging and all that stuff. Yeah, there's something to be said for the young guys as they gain wisdom and understanding and learning off new offenses, learning new defenses, but we can't continue to just say, "Hey, yeah, our expectations are gonna be tempered and gonna be, reset because a change was made." If that was the case, then we're never gonna get to where we're trying to go. And where are we trying to go? Well, I know what us fans want. Us fans want Super Bowl victories. We want championships. We want bragging rights. We want to shit talk, trash talk, and just straight go at the throats of anyone and everyone that we face. It's one of the best parts of football fandom is that is the smack talk, as we say. And but to back it up too, we're gonna smack talk. Listen, I smack talked the 115 season. Yeah, you know what? We might suck, but how bad is it going to be for you to lose to the worst team in the NFL? And I will be there for the ups and the downs. But I don't want it to be lost on the fan base that, we blew this team up. We ripped it down to the studs. We got rid of all this. We got all these draft picks, yada, yada, yada. And, yeah, okay. COVID kind of really threw a wrench in the draft process and understanding and trying to make your picks because look no further. Noah Igbenogany looking like an absolute bust, a first round draft pick in the late first round. Austin Jackson, the jury is still out on this guy. Is he going to develop into a left tackle, a right tackle, a guard? What the hell is this guy? He certainly isn't going to play left tackle because we went and had to buy Teron Armstead to take his job, which he was drafted to do. So he's going to play right tackle. I don't know. I mean, we brought in guys off the street that played better right tackle than him up to this point. Is he going to change? I don't know. Again, those are 2 out of those 3 draft picks. One of them is all but certain to be out of this building. And the second one in Austin Jackson, I mean, neither one of them got their 5th-year options picked up. So that's not a winning recipe. When you have young talent that you pick in the first round, you almost certainly always pick up their 5th-year option because that's the whole point of picking them in the first round. You get that extra year of la 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 la. But no, that's not what happened. And then continuing on with Tagovailoa. Yes, Tua is vastly improved from year 2 to year 3, but as we head into year 4, we still have remaining questions. Will those questions be answered this year? I certainly hope so. I would much rather sleep easier at night knowing I have what I need in a quarterback. But if this man washes out as well, if he takes, if come year 5 we're having him play out his 5th-year contract because he still has more to prove, and the Dolphins say select in the first round because we're going to have a first rounder just coming up here. They select a quarterback. I mean, is that good news for us? I don't know. It's a real mix emotions because I'll tell you what I think. If they select a quarterback in the first round in next year's draft and have Tua ride out his 5th-year option with no contract. First of all, it'll be probably the first time, and I can't remember when there was an actual quarterback competition. And secondly, is it going to create this narrative of more excuses that I see out of this fan base making excuses for this football team's shortcomings? Most importantly, with the quarterback position. But are they going to go, yeah, maybe it was a dumb move to not draft that quarterback in the first round? Tua would have played better if they would have got the tackle that he needed or I don't know, the tight end. Say we don't work out of the tight end position. I don't know. Again, tired of excuses. Tired of it just. But do we want to end up in a Green Bay situation where another team is happy to have our quarterback, and we're playing out. It's just a lot is riding on this season, and I don't want it to be lost on you Dolphins fans of how important this season really is for everyone, for us fans, for the future of this team, whether or not they pivot in the quarterback position, whether or not they pivot on the general manager of this football team and Chris Greer. And I'm sorry, but when you change general managers, you almost certainly change the ideology and the vision of the football team. Now, sometimes you can promote from within. Maybe that's what they do. Maybe they take one of these back office guys and give him the job as GM and they can continue on. And I don't foresee that happening. I don't foresee, outside of an absolute collapse this season, which, God, dude, God help us if this team has an absolute collapse. But, you know, again, dude, it's just a lot riding on it. And where do we as fans, where do we put our expectations? Let me know in chat. What are your expectations for a season to call this a success? I have. I know what my expectation is. I know, geez. I had a real problem with the camera. That's why I was 10 minutes late. I usually go live at 10. But anyhow, before we get into what you guys got to say, shout out to everybody in chat. Shake Money, member, family member, show member. Salute Shake. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you getting in here early. Scott coming in here right afterwards. At Dolphins Realtor, my guy. Yeah, as much energy as I can expend on a Sunday. Across the pond, Sports Talk, aka Most, aka the guy. If you guys are looking for some soccer, aka football, you need to go ahead and check out my guy over there. Joe Leviscu, salute. Another member in here. Mean Mantis, what's going on, buddy? Fred, what's up, bud? Timothy Gray watching on Facebook. Hello, Timothy. Hello. Guys, if you are watching on Facebook, Twitch, or Twitter, make the mild journey over here to YouTube. Get in on the conversation. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and get in the chat. Meet the fams. Meet the folks. Meet the peoples. Jay, what's going on? Amicus, resident Bills fan. What's going on, buddy? Hello. Chris Colossal, what's up? Fins Nation. Color, what's going on? We should call him Fangs. All right. Mr. Bill, what's up, Mr. Bill? What's going on, buddy? Mountie Fins, salute, buddy. Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, yo, salute to you, bud. Aqua Vision, my guy. What's going on, Aqua? What's up in this month? Pedro, what's going on? Salute, buddy. Watching over on Facebook. What's going on? Jorge Cows, hello to you. EM Baller, what's going on? Greer put Austin Jackson on notice. Play well now, or this season will be your last. Yes, something to definitely. We're definitely going to see how that entire circumstance plays out. But Hannah, what's going on? Everybody hit the like button. Liz, 509 Dolphin, member of the channel. Thank you, Liz, for being a member. We really appreciate it. Everybody make sure you're hitting the like button. Noob, what's going on? Super Bowl or bust? Anything else is a failure. Yes, we're going to get into that, Noob. David, what's going on, David? John Featherland, hello. Shelby Jordan, what's up? At least 11 wins and 1 playoff win, but really 2 playoff wins get to the AFC Championship game. That's kind of where my minimum requirement comes on. I mean, Shelby's really right where I'm at. If there's not 11, first of all, I don't think 9 wins. Maybe, I don't know. The AFC is pretty stacked as far as talent goes across. The AFC West is chock full. Who knows what the Raiders do? Does Sean Payton turn around the Broncos with Russell Wilson? The Chargers, who knows? Do they fall to the bottom of the division? Also, the Jaguars and whatever the hell is going on over there with the Texans. Did the Texans turn around and be a good team? They upset some teams. I don't know. I do know the Jets are definitely being talked about in a lot of ways, having Rodgers on their football team. The Bills will be the Bills. The Dolphins are now, high expectations across the board, nationally and internally with our fans. Um, it's we could beat up on each other pretty good. The AFC North is a weird looking division right now with I don't really know what's going on with the Steelers. The Baltimore Ravens seem to be really selling out since now they've extended Lamar Jackson and picking up OBJ, and they're just putting weapons, and they're really going to go for it in a way that it's going to be interesting, and all the other AFC teams, it's the AFC. It's a hard division. What happens with the Browns? What goes on there with the full season of Deshaun Watson? The Bengals. I mean, that's a weird division. The Bengals are the creme de la creme of it, been going to the playoffs, been killing it. But, these AFC divisions are just stacked, bro. They are stacked, and they're going to beat up on each other. And 11 wins to me takes you pretty far as an expectation. 10 wins gets you into the playoffs this year. Probably an 1 or 2 9-win teams makes the you'll probably see a 9-win team, a 9-win team, and like an 11-win team all go into the playoffs as wild cards. And then the teams that win the divisions will have like 10 for the AFC South. It'll be like 11 for the AFC East. It'll be like 11 for the AFC North. And then it'll probably be like 10 or 11 for the AFC South or West. And, it's unless one of these teams gets 12, I don't know how many teams. 12 wins is a big deal going on. It's a big deal. So, Scrappy, what's up, my guy? Member up in here. Hello, bud. We need Miami to be killers this year. I agree. I need straight. What's up, Trey? Crazy Doll fan. What's going on? I can't wait for Thursday for the schedule release, which will see if Tua can play a full season and win a playoff game. It is exciting. It's an exciting next 2 years indeed if it works for Tua. If not, oh, man. Yeah, this will be the 30th quarterback since Jay Fiedler, and now 23 plus years waiting on a playoff win from the Finns starting at quarterback. I hope Tua can do it because I'm not hoping it doesn't. Yeah, I understand that. I don't think anyone's hoping Tua fails because if Tua fails, we fail. 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns, 18 interceptions in a season. Like, yeah, Marino. That would be crazy. I hope so. I don't know. I'm not saying you can't get 4,500 yards or anything like that. I think we're going to have a little bit more balanced of a football team this year. I think they're going to run the ball a little bit more. And yes, schedule comes out Thursday, I guess. It's just it's a high expectation we need to maintain with this Dolphins team. To me, we got to win this division. If that's 9 wins, if it's 10 wins, if it's 11 wins, if it's 12 wins, if it's 13 wins, I don't care. We have to win the East. If we sneak in or not sneak in, but say if we get in as a wild card team, it's going to take at least 11 wins, I think. But I don't know. I don't. Not 100% certain. I expect 11 wins, and I think if we did get 11 wins because of the Jets, because of the Patriots, because of the Bills, because of us, the first team to 11 in the AFC East will be the team that probably wins the division. Now, it might come down to matchups. If the Dolphins and the Bills or the Dolphins and the Jets say split the series, then it might come down into matchups and who won what and all that other nonsense. But I really think that's where we're heading. I really do. I think 11 wins is a must. Cause I don't know. I mean, could it be the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills with two of those teams being wild card teams coming in? Maybe. But then again, you're counting on a lot of things to not happen for a lot of teams in the AFC. Like the Browns, the the Bengals. I would say if we're looking at it, two teams are getting in from the north, two teams are getting in from the east, two teams are getting in from the west, and one team from the south. Which two teams in each of these divisions? I don't know. Shout out to Kevin Lee with the first donation of the evening. He says, "What up, El Cap? Big day Thursday for the schedule. I think we will determine how Miami does this year. We can't have another brutal December with hurt Tua. Tua hurt. I know, but I like to say hurt Tua. Yes. Again, yes, it's brutal, but all December football is brutal. Shit, I don't think we Tua won any games in November. It started with that West Coast, with San Francisco and the Chargers. It's again, I don't need the excuses. I just need results. Don't tell me, don't tell me how the cake is made. Just give me some cake. We'll look into it and we'll watch everything and analyze every last little bit like we do, but to hell with all that other nonsense. I need this team to cement itself as yeah, we are the team to beat in the AFC East. The Bills window has closed. The Jets are grasping at straws by getting another aging quarterback from the Packers, and they are all in regret because here we are, the Dolphins, with a young quarterback still with 2 years left on his contract, including this year, in a position to make a run. That's what needs to happen. What's up, Irving? Long time no see. That's what needs to happen. Dan, the man, what's going on? We got to win this division. And if not, I would rather it be 10 wins, 11 wins as the wild card team. And, I mean, think of the teams you're going to find in the playoffs. You're going to find the Bengals. You're going to find the Chiefs. Probably going to find the Ravens, the Bills, Jacksonville, probably. Looks like Jacksonville's got the South pretty sewed up. I mean, who knows what happens with the Colts? I think they're going to take some time with their new quarterback. The Texans, the Titans are reeling right now. So I don't know. I don't know. Is there no sound? I don't know. Irving, can you guys hear me in chat? Irving's saying there's no sound. Can anybody hear me? Pretty sure someone would have said something earlier. Irv. I'd be like, yeah, I can't hear you. I don't know. Can everybody hear me? Is my mic low? Heard you fine. All right. Okay, cool. Word up, word up, word up. Scrappy. Wearing that all black Dolphins gear would be dope, but it's hot as hell, buddy. Give me the night game and everyone wear the all black at the night game. That's what needs to happen. You can't be having no 1 o'clock in South Florida. I don't give a damn what time of year it is. It's just too hot. I'm hot even thinking about it right now. We ain't wearing colors till we start winning playoff games. People be passing out. What up, Lou? I see you, homie. So, all right, guys. Real quick before we get going, what is your expectation? Chat, tell me. How many wins and what is your expectation of the Dolphins in a minimalist form? Because I want to know. I want to know what you guys believe is the true expectation. I myself believe that 11 games and winning this division is the expectation I'm putting on this team. Now, I can give that as a caveat where, okay, 11 wins doesn't win the division, but they're still in the playoffs, but they have to win that playoff game. And fuck that. AFC Championship game or bust, homie. That's how I look at it. It's AFC Championship game or bust. That's it. And Tua playing well in the playoffs. I need that. Shake Money saying 12 wins. $11 games won't do it? Why not, Fred? Why won't 11 games do it? I don't understand. Dan the Man says 10 wins, sweeping the Bills in 3 games. Lou says 12-5 in the AFC Championship game. I mean, Lou, we win 12. To me, the team that wins 12 games probably gets a first round bye. I don't really think. Now, I could be wrong, you know. Maybe one of these AFC teams win 12, 13 games, but to me, only one AFC team's going to win 12 games, maybe two. But 12 wins is a big ask in an AFC that I haven't seen so stacked. Scott Jackson says Vegas says 9.5. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, damn, Trey, 13 wins. Whoa. 10 wins from Crazy Dolphin. 10 wins will probably get you in the playoffs this year. Shit, 9 wins got you in last year, especially with that extra wild card. But dang, dude, I don't know. 10 wins isn't a great expectation for me. Getting one more win out of everything the Dolphins have done in this offseason, I'd almost call it a lateral move. And I don't want to hear the excuse of injuries or whatever. Injuries, everyone in the league deals with them. Everybody in the league. If injuries derail your season. Now, okay, if you lose freaking 15 people, 8 on both sides of the ball, so you lose 16, and they're all in key positions, then yeah, maybe we'll listen to it, but I don't care. I don't. That means there's something going on in the sports medicine side. There's something going on in practice. And let's be real, Mike McDaniel, very big on rest days for everybody, not just Teron Armstead or the rest of them. I mean, they do a lot. I mean, a lot of walkthroughs. They don't do a lot of hitting during the week. They're very conscious of making sure these guys are not overworked. so they can have the longevity to last this 18-week season, 17 games with the bye week. And hopefully, 20 wins. Or, well, I'd be undefeated. But you understand my point. 20 weeks, 21 weeks, 22 weeks if you count the bye week. Anyhow, I don't want. Yeah, 10 wins. That's not enough. No more excuses. It's time to put up or shut up. I'm tired of the same shit. I agree, Lou. I'm not interested in excuses. How many victories needed to win the AFC East? Garrett Grimes asks. I'm going to say to win the East, you're going to need a minimum of 11. And I don't think 10 wins the East. The East is just, it's too hard, man. You got to get 11 wins. Got to. And I think 11 wins, if you sweep the Patriots, split with the Jets, and split with the Bills, and get 11 wins, you'll take it. Now, if you split with those teams and sweep the Patriots, but you only got 10, you're going to lose. Either the Jets or the Bills will win the division with 11. That's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. Listen, Dolphins Realtor, I would love to sweep the Bills. I'd love to continue to sweep the Bills from now until the chickens come home to roost, just forever. But, Bills got a damn good quarterback. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see him run so much anymore. But I'll tell you what, though, if we do sweep everyone in the division and only have 10 wins, maybe then it would be enough to win the division. So, yeah, okay, if we sweep everybody in the division but only get 10 wins, that would do it. Football player Jason Whittle, Patrick Swayze's son. Really? Why isn't his last name Swayze? Huh? Is it his illegitimate son? Like, what's going on here? Why they got a different last name? Is Patrick Swayze, is that just a pseudonym name? I would say, listen, if we sweep the division and only get 10 wins, we probably still win the division. We might, the Bills and the Jets both may have 10 wins, but it wouldn't matter if we sweep them with a tying record. So, but 11 wins to me is what you're going to need to win the East. Asking to sweep all three of these teams is a big ask. It really is. The Bills are a good football team, even though I think the Dolphins could sweep them. But the Jets are going to be a little trickier now. They had a great defense last year. They had subpar quarterback play, to say the least. And having Swayze never claimed his son? What? Liz, are you serious? I gotta. If Ali is watching, Ali, we need to delve into this Swayze's son, Jason Whittle, and not being claimed by Patrick Swayze. This is weird. But yeah, anyhow, their offense had a strong running game. Then as the season went on, it got depleted. Then they started asking Zach Wilson to start carry some of that weight. He couldn't do it. And they made the hard move. They got a young quarterback with years left on his contract. They said, so what? Let's go get a great quarterback to come in here and helm this offense. Pairing him back with this quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator, and they're going to make a run. They got a good defense. They got a great defensive-minded head coach in Saleh. So there's definitely going to be some shit to worry about with that team. Am I scared? No, it's the Jets. They're going to Jets this whole thing up. It's going to be I don't Jets don't faze me. It never will. shout out to 72 Fins logo. Cap, is the offense of Tua different than the backup QB? So why peeps on the panel say it's the same offense? I see different offensive play. So I'll tell it to you like this, 72 Fins logo. Last year, yes. And what you've seen, what was different is, to me, a failure in Mike McDaniel's preparation for guys like Skylar Thompson. Probably giving Teddy Bridgewater the bulk of the number 2 snaps, which you should. You're paying him good money. We saw much more of Skylar Thompson than I think they anticipated, and that's why, late in the game, they're getting as deep as they can on Skylar Thompson's playbook, and they got to go to the guys he was practicing with, and Tanner Connor and Braylon Sanders. These are guys that took reps with him in practice. Now, I'll caveat that by saying Mike McDaniel came in here with an absolute clear goal. Yes, it was to install this new West Coast. Well, not new. We've been trying to install the West Coast offense in Miami for the last 20 years, it seems like. Ever since we got Stephen Ross over here, he's wanted this West Coast system. Now, when we had Sperano, he ran more of a power scheme, and it worked. But he was like, it's not dynamic. It's not fun. We want to win. And da-da-da-da-da. That's why Sperano got fired. And that's why every douchebag coach up until McDaniel, we were trying to get this West Coast offense installed in here. And now McDaniel, that was his goal. Install this West Coast offensive scheme, this play action, this, quick hitch, freaking, the whole deal. But also his main goal, and he was very clear about it, in a lot of ways. Sometimes you had to read between the lines, but he wanted to prove to people that he sees Tua as a very formidable type quarterback in the NFL, and that he wanted to prove to people that Tua is not a bust, that he can run this offense, that he is a great quarterback. So he, to me, and if you caught him in a room off the record, I promise he would say something to this effect, that he got tunnel vision working Tua extra with this offense and this scheme, and guys like Skylar Thompson suffered for it. And so when you seen Skylar Thompson come into the game, it did look like a different offense, because in some ways it was, but it's only because Skylar just didn't get the time to be molded in this offense. Now, will Skylar get the time now? I don't know. I would imagine that, they're going to give him a little bit more time and have this quarterback competition for quarterback 2 and Skylar Thompson and Mike White. Mike White being a little bit of a veteran, having a little bit of an ideology, especially recently playing with the Jets, which their scheme that year with what's his name is a little bit of the same. Amicus Lewis, you ask your boss for overtime yet to make my 100. Oh, you ask your boss for overtime yet to make my 100. In true Miami fashion, I'll spend your hard-earned money on strippers and cocaine. Goodness gracious. Yeah, but Amicus, are you up in Buffalo? Because let's be real, both of those things are going to be subpar and trash, just like the Bills. All right, buddy, let's call it for what it is. Don't act like you're getting South Florida strip club party night in Buffalo. We all know. And getting some girl, she only got 2 or 3 front teeth. Got 2 C-section scars, 1 on each side, and a gut bigger than my dad. So goodness gracious, bro. Got that friggin' meth jaw, meth mouth. Sitting there, she's clicking her fake teeth like that. Hi, I'm 26. Nah, I don't know. If you're 26, you're just the most shot out 26-year-old I've ever seen in my life. So, one-legged stripper. Goodness gracious, we're getting off topic, guys. Anyhow, damn, Amicus done threw a curveball for me. What was I talking about before that? Totally missed it now. Damn. completely freaking threw me through a loop. Totally lost my subject, man. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, as far as this competition between Mike White and Skylar Thompson, I gotta imagine that they're really going to give each guy a good understanding of the offense, see how they operate it with the ones as well as the backup guys, and see what kind of leadership they have with the new guys on the team or the Braylon Sanders and the Eric Ikuzamas of the world. Um, you know, just got to see it because to me, if this quarterback room is on par to what it should be, it should look similar to the San Francisco 49ers, where, yeah, you're getting guys with similar skill set to operate this offense in the way it is. It is a quarterback-friendly offense. And people that don't understand that, I don't really know what to tell you. It has the onus of everything being put on the offense as a whole, not so much as the quarterback being Peyton Manning. Okay. Now, the better you get at knowing other plays and able to audible and reading things and changing things at the line, yeah, you can do that. But also in this offense, in its simplest form, your God-given talents can show through. If you're a more mobile quarterback, it's going to give you opportunities to run. If you're a more, gunslinging quarterback, it's going to give you more opportunities to, scramble outside the pocket and push the ball way down the field. There's ways in which you can accentuate your own personal talents in this offense. And Tua, I'm expecting to see a second-year leap from him. Now, I would say Tua's best talent is his ability to operate things in a manner of speed and putting it into, decent windows and throwing it to the wide open men and reading that. But I got to see more from him. I got to see a little ad lib. And that's something I know this offense doesn't necessarily call for, but that's what will make you special. That's what takes this West Coast offense. And you hear Color say it a lot. You operate this offense in the way it is written up, you're going to do great. You're going to do well. But this is football. Shit goes wrong. A linebacker blitzes, a safety comes down in the box, and, the play is called here and there. And you know what? You thought maybe he was going to drop back, but here he comes blitzing and you can't get the throw off. You got to, roll and shrug off. And then you got to know, hey, that window for that short cross route that I was going to hit, because that's where the safety's no longer at. Well, it's closed now. So I need to know that my man on the outside, one-on-one, whomever it is, I got to look for him. And if he's open and has the step, I got to air this bitch out. Or I got to say, fuck it and tuck it and scramble. So it's got to be some stuff, guys. So, everybody hit the like button, please. I don't even know what we're at. We're close to 100 in the room. I've only got 40 likes. So please, guys, get the likes up. Help a brother out. Sore as a motherfucker. All right. So, guys, I didn't really mean to come out and just go crazy on this stuff, but I've been looking at some of these free agents that we've picked up, or undrafted free agents, I should say, UDFAs. First of all, Devon A-Chain, I'm expecting to make a big time. I want to see A-Chain in this offense. The speed, the elusiveness, his side-to-side ability is one, listen, he did not have the best blocking in college, and the guy made a lot out of it. He did very, very well And, rushing for 1,102 yards is nothing to sneeze at. I'm excited to see him. But there's also a couple of interesting names on the UDFA list that we picked up. Some guys I want to keep a close eye on. The running back out of BYU. Gosh, I can't freaking find him, of course. Chris Brooks. He's a guy I want to keep an eye on. He transferred to BYU. He was playing on I can't remember what. I watched a little bit of his tape. He's a big dude. I wonder if he can, force time, get his way on this practice squad, and I don't know, maybe figure a way to elevate himself. Sylvan Ahmed and Myles Gaskin have been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Now, I still like Sylvan Ahmed and his speed and, his straight line speed. He doesn't really have the ability to break tackles that I like to see. Unlike this Chris Brooks guy, the dude is huge. He just barrels through people. But it is college. It could look completely different out there. Devon A-Chain is a shoo-in to make this football team. But remember, guys, it's not uncommon for running backs or anybody to take injury, and just something to look at. Could just say, hold on, Lewis, what'd you say? What's up? What is this, Lou? What'd you send me? Oh, wow. So, okay. Lewis is sending trolling texts to me right now for you Bills fans in chat. He wants to point out a couple of things. Josh Allen's best QB rating in 2022 to 2023 is Tua's fourth best. So just if you're going to take QBR, Allen had his best against Pittsburgh, which, Tua didn't have the greatest day, but he was coming back from injury at that point. Allen had a 68.4 against Baltimore. I mean, you suck, dude. Even Tua throwing all those interceptions in Green Bay, he still had a better QBR than Allen did. So just to keep you guys in check over there. And against Chicago, one of the worst teams last year on all sides of the football, a reeling organization by all measures, Allen only had a 71.3 QBR. So let's just take it easy on all of the gotta love blah 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 blah. Cap, please explain why Skyler, when he play the offense, looks so different than Tua's offense, like more of a pro style offense than an RPO that Tua operated, and why. So I will explain it to you like this. 72 Fins logo. He did run a pro style offense. And I think, again, I'm going to defer back to my earlier point that I don't think, as far as training and giving the time to Skylar Thompson to mold him, I don't think he had enough coaching up. I really don't. I don't think they gave him enough. And it's not necessarily his fault. And it's really not even Mike McDaniel's fault. Mike McDaniel came into the Dolphins with a quarterback controversy brewing, fans off of the quarterback, just all that stuff. Firing a coach that a large amount of the fan base liked, and a defense that we really liked. And, he had to win us over, and he knew not only to win us over, which he did with his personality and his good coaching and all that stuff, but he also had to do a good job with making Chris Greer right. That's the bottom line. He had to make Chris Greer right in his pick of Tua Tagovailoa. They brought him in here to do that. And anyone who says different is a I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're an idiot. Okay, you're an idiot. You don't know anything about anything if you don't think that Mike McDaniel was brought in here specifically for Tua, and because of that, he had to prove the naysayers right. That was job number one. That's it. And that's sad. That's a sad fact, guys, that you bring in a coach at job number one to no, 72. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Please tell me I'm just seeing something I didn't know what I'm seeing. No, 72 Finzel. You're not stupid, buddy. That's not what I mean. Not you, stupid. I'm talking about other people. No, buddy. I'm simply putting it that when Skylar got in there, they kind of just let him do what he can do. And Skylar is able to run a better pro style than Tua is. Tua is a system quarterback, everyone. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially if that's the system you're trying to run. Skylar is I don't know, a natural quarterback. I don't fucking know. That's kind of weird to say. Can Skylar be molded into the system? I think so. Can he be molded into the system and execute it higher and at a better level than Tua? Doubtful. But what he lacks in that ability, he can defer on just picking a guy, let it fly. If that helps. Everybody hit the like button, please. Now, I was going to go into the UDFAs and all that stuff, but I know El Cap Pete is blushing. Listen, Pete can blush. I love Pete, but look, Skylar to me has abilities and talent, but I don't know. You understand? I don't know what Skylar's ability is to play this West Coast offense. I don't know. I mean, look, it's not super complicated in those aspects, but it's really a lot about timing and windows. And, I hear TD say this a lot. Tua is a window thrower, and he's right. If you don't understand, it's the route concepts, okay? And Mike McDaniel does an amazing job designing route concepts down the field. And what I mean by that is, okay, so this guy in the slot and the wide receiver on the outside and another wide receiver on this side, and then say somebody's in like the wing, okay? Well, the tight end or fullback's going to come and chip up, and he's going to, round out into the flat, okay? Well, that's going to be an open window for a dump off if this outside wide receiver coming in on like a comeback route or an inside curl isn't there. And the slot wide receiver is going to, I don't know, we're going to say he's going to come in and come across the middle to try to clear the linebacker as well as bring the DB or safety across to that side, to then the outside wide receiver just comes on a drag route. And there's a lot of design and concept to have somebody's route bring a defender with them. So then there's an open window. And at different points in the, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, whatever it is in the concept, you got to know that, hey, here I am, down, set, hut. I do my play action. Maybe I hand the ball off. Maybe, this is a good play to hand the ball off. But I do that. I look here. That guy's not there. He got jammed. I got to look here. That guy's not there. Now I know that, hey, I've passed 3 seconds. I need to scramble outside the pocket, and I need to know my route concepts at this point to then either hit to my dump off man, which is probably in the flat, whether it's a running back or a fullback or a tight end, or I got to know, hey, I got this late drag route as my bailout coming across there. And Mike McDaniel is very good at designing these things. Can the quarterback execute it? And now when you think in those terms and a young quarterback like Skylar Thompson, That's a lot to ask of a guy to know all these routes and the timing of it. And he needs to be taught that. I don't think he was taught a lot of that. I think they showed him some of it and some of the simplistic forms, but you're asking a lot from a young 7th-round rookie to learn everything without putting it into practice literally while you're giving all of your time to, QB1 and probably QB2. So that's why it was just a shortcoming, I would imagine. Can he get better? I don't know. But look at like the Chargers. Skylar Thompson is a good backup for Justin Herbert. Like pro style offense. Here's your routes. Guys are going downfield. They're not stopping. You know what I'm saying? It's not a, hey, here's the window. I'm going to sit down. It's a, hey, run through the route and, stand tall in the pocket and throw that bitch. So there's a lot of that going on. So. Skyler and White sabotaged. I don't know. I mean, kinda. I don't know if I could call it sabotage. I mean, would it be equally amount of sabotage to say, hey, here's Mike White, here's Skylar Thompson, and here's Tua Tagovailoa. I'm going to treat them all equally in time at practice with the ones, with the twos, with the threes. I guess I understand. No worries. 72 Fins logo. We'll go into it more. It's you can call it malpractice in some ways to not have your backup quarterbacks at the same understanding of the offense in which you're trying to operate as your number one. But if I am going to give a little bit of leeway, it is because Mike McDaniel was a rookie head coach and had a lot to work to do to make sure that Tua had a complete grasp of what he was going to ask him to do. That's what. Hold on a second. I think my dog's outside the door. Give me a second. Yep, I was right. There he is. Okay, come here. Yeah, I know. He's excited. Okay. Stop it. Okay. So, yeah, to me, Mike McDaniel did what he had to do as far as in his first year as a first-year head coach. He had to get Tua up to par because he had a job to do. He was hired for a job. Yes, it's to install this West Coast offense, but it's also to get this quarterback up to speed. Now, seeing how many games Tua missed with injuries or concussions or whatever you want to say, if he lets go of Skylar Thompson or lets go of Mike White and Tua misses time and, Mike White comes in there and, after a series to a quarter and a half, coming in for Tua injured, and he's rolling out the second team guys, I'm going to know exactly what that is. That's him being ill-prepared to have his backup quarterback come in, and that's just not going to fly. It's really not. It's going to be a absolute I'm going to lay that at the feet of Mike McDaniel hard because I'm going to say, dude, this is your second year. Your quarterback has potential injury problems, and you got to you got to be prepared to have your number 2 and your number 3 to come in. You saw what happened last year before, and if you don't take that into consideration and apply that, that's bad practice of football. 72 fins low cap. The only reason I'm concerned is that the backups were not ready to come. Yeah, no, I agree. That's exactly what I'm saying, buddy, that they're not ready to compete. What do you think needs to be done? So, okay, what do I think needs to be done? Man, this is hard. It's a hard question to answer because, again, I preferenced a lot of this of what I was saying that, you know, Tua's got to have a major step up in this offense, meaning that not only does he need to do everything he did last year, but he's got to do more. He's got to do extra. That's going to be knowing more of the plays. Okay, yes. Hold on a second. Hey, let's go back. So you're hitting my tripod. You're hitting my tripod, dude. I know. Sweet puppy. Yes, you're a good boy. He's got to Tua's got to work harder, but you know what? He's got to be the leader too. You know, Tua's got to show his leadership ability in taking a guy like Mike White, taking a guy like Skylar Thompson, and helping them be prepared in this offense as well. And Mike McDaniel, he needs to do a good job of making these guys prepared, so they can have Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Chosen Anderson, and Braxton Berrios, and the full measure of all the starters out there playing and operating and understanding the cadences, understanding the abilities of the quarterback in which they're using, and executing it at a high level. Because if not, then yeah, maybe it is a little sabotage. But I don't know, man. I mean, I guess you gotta think about it like this. You can't just have Tyreek Hill, who goes 1,000 miles an hour at all times, running in practice all day, all night. You got to get these other guys involved. So yeah, there's going to be packages in which Eric Ikuzama and Braylon Sanders and Tanner Connor are guys that are out there in certain packages. Having them all three out there at the same time and not in some form of rotation, that's just asinine. But you got to just, I don't know, man. It's not my job, my friend. It's not my job. I just know that, again, you know what, AB, Cedric Wilson is so far down in the depth chart to me. Every time I think of this offense and think of all the weapons, I don't think of him. That's just it. I don't think of Cedric Wilson. He's not really. Cedric Wilson was a pick in which they thought he can be the Slim Reaper of this offense. They are recreating that Alabama offense over here in some facets. A little bit more scheme specific. God, man, I almost railed on that thing. But also making certain that there's route concepts that have these window throws that they're really trying to make. Maybe Cedric Wilson, listen, by all accounts and things I was hearing, through the grapevine, through a little bit of, some of the birdies out there, he was having a real hard time learning this offense. He was struggling to understand the whys. Yeah, he knows the route, but why? And so because of that, hopefully he gets a little bit better. Maybe they can figure a way to get it going, but I don't know. So what do you guys think of this Elijah Higgins? So, guy played wide receiver for Stanford. He's 6'3", 234 pounds. They're expecting to have him be a convert to tight end. What do you guys think of this? Hey. You're welcome, 72 Fins logo. Thank you for supporting the channel always, buddy. I really appreciate you, man. You think it's an interesting prospect, ABAB? I don't know if this man makes the roster. I mean, think about it. He's a wide receiver convert. Did they draft him? Now, listen, he's a 6th round draft pick. If he doesn't make the roster, oh well. But, you know, to me, with all the tight ends that they had still available in the 6th round, and I mean, listen, they brought in a guy that is a prospect that I kind of like, and I'll get on that in just a second at the tight end position. It's just weird, you know. I mean, I'm wondering, does John Embry, did he really like this Elijah Higgins? Does he look at some form of athleticism that he can pull out of this kid? To me, I don't know why they didn't say to Eric Ikuzama, hey, we're gonna have you gain weight this offseason. They've deactivated him anyhow. To me, getting Eric Ikuzama to gain weight and play a tight end position is the move. The kid's got hands. He's got some athletic ability. He's still got that baby face on him and stuff like that. I feel like he could be really, really good as a tight end. But he compared himself to Evan Ingram. I know, but is he really? I don't know, man. I'm kind of on it personally. This guy, Julian Hill, tight end out of Campbell. This kid is big. He's got some decent hands. He's a UDFA we picked up. I'm interested to see how he does. Can he, because of his size, he's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's not slow. He's got decent enough hands. He always catches the ball with his hands, which is much appreciated. Even at low football, he gets his hands in position to catch that football. He doesn't body him at all. Big dude. Bit of a friggin' tough guy out there, hard to tackle, breaking some tackles. Yeah, I get it that, it's subpar competition that he's having to deal with, but he can block, and he's a big boy, and he plays with this ferocity. I'm interested to see him, and can he beat Elijah Higgins for that tight end spot? Because to me, they brought Higgins in to compete with Tanner Connor. And I don't know. Tanner Connor, to me, looks like he's put on a little bit of weight. And I think he can be good. And yeah, Noob, he says, as a blocker, Higgins really struggled to make an impact. It isn't overly physical, and Higgins lacks the play strength to drive defenders forward. Right now, Higgins just – I agree, dude. I don't really understand the Higgins pick. And if you're going to have Higgins and Connor are competing for the same roster spot in the tight end room. And I don't know, to me, are they super, super high on this guy from that we picked up? What's his name? From Denver? Sobert? Are they super big on that guy? I guess so. I don't know. Shout out to 72 Fins logo again. Cap Gasecki was not good enough for the offense. Why would we think I agree, bro? What are we talking? Gasecki was not good enough. Why are we getting Higgins? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, show me the tight end that's the big time pass catcher that doesn't really block all that great. in a West Coast offense that works out. I'll wait. What do you got down there? I'll wait. What tight end? I guess, with all this speed going around and stuff like that, they think that they can get tricky and have one of these mismatch sizes on a nickel corner or nickel safety or something like that. A guy in the safety position that's too slow but big enough to withstand the blocking, or a corner that's too small. He's fast enough to keep up with a guy, but he's not big enough to stop him. Um, yeah, I get it. He's a good red zone guy, but like, are we seriously in a position on the Dolphins roster that we can keep a guy on the roster because he's a red zone big guy? Like, I got enough big guys I can, and let's face it, it's Tua does not favor big, tall guys. He doesn't. He doesn't favor these big catch radius targets. That's not his game. His game is to put the ball not so high in the air. He wants it to be, not up there that can get tipped or someone can go up and get it. He wants it to go accurately where it's supposed to go, little dots. That's what he wants to do. He wants to put dots out there, not lasers. He's not really a laser thrower. He can throw some lasers, but not like some quarterbacks in the NFL. He's more of a dot thrower. Bip, 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 dot spot. He's a spot dot thrower. So Higgins is 6'4", 250. No. Let me go ahead and pull up the actual Higgins. And you know what? I'll go ahead and pull all this up real quick so we can see what we got and what people were talking about with Higgins before the draft, where they rated him. Did they even put him in at the tight end thing? Let me see. Let me go back to my reference page. Give me a second, guys. There's running backs. What is this, fullbacks or something? Now here's wide receivers. So let's see. See if he's on here. Nope, he's not in the wide receivers. Don't even have him rated on here. Let's see if he's in. They put him in tight ends. They might have. Okay, they did put him in tight ends. So Elijah Higgins, Stanford, 6'3", 235 pounds. He's not 6'4", 250. So I don't know where you got those numbers from, David, but that is wrong. He is 6'3", 235. Here's what NFL Comparison had to say about him. They compare him to a Jordan Reed. Draft grades for Higgins could vary depending on how many teams envision using him in their offense. While teams might see him as a big possession wide receiver with limitations, he appears to have the necessary tools to become a dynamic F tight end with the ability to work at all three levels of the field. Higgins has average ball skills, but he can run more robust route tree than most tight ends. Also, he has a good frame and technique and an adequate run blocker in space. He might never be able to be the backup at wide receiver, or excuse me, he might never be more than a backup wide receiver, but could blossom into an offense ready to plug him in to a 2 tight end set. I can see him as a limited slot receiver who can get open outside. He's going to catch it better if he can make his living as a possession wide receiver, a West Coast scout for an NFC team had to say. His pros are he's a big slot receiver with potential to become a pass-catching tight end, will rough up crowd coverage at the top of the route, runs routes with feet, as well as timing breaks out patterns and with crisp and tight angles, consistently creates room to throw for quarterbacks. Some of his cons: just six receiving touchdowns and 40 career games. Okay. Below average push at the drive phase, miss second gear with a rundown in the deep throw, catch radius and focus are very average, slightly disappointing success rate catching through contact. Might need to prove he can engage blocking linebackers. Another PFF compared him to Juwan Johnson. Um, they said he cannot separate. He's not good at separating. Only 160 of his 704 yards came against man coverage last year. Big curves in his breaks, doesn't have the flexibility to have sharp breaks. Size doesn't show up in the catch point. Not a bully with his size. So, they do say that he would have a much better opportunity in a West Coast offense with the spread opportunities, something he can do if he's out open. The Athletic says while he has the triangle numbers, height, weight, size, and speed, and blocking upside in the NFL teams look for, he doesn't have the consistent play that his testing numbers and his wide receiver tape leaves much to be desired. So, I mean, listen, he's a 6th round pick, but we gotta temper our expectations with this guy. And I'm looking at what do they envision with this dude? What do they really envision? What's up, Chef Shu? Yeah, guys, do like Chef Shu says. Subscribe, like, share, donate, become a member. Hit the join button, guys. Become a member of the channel. That is one of the great ways to really support the channel, is become a member. Man, what is going on over here? Okay, there it goes. Man, that was weird. For some reason on my YouTube thing, the whatchamacallit wasn't showing up, the chat. Anyhow, everybody hit the like button. I don't know. Maybe they see something I don't. I like John Embry as the tight ends coach and the offensive coordinating. I mean, what is he again? Offensive pass game coordinator or assistant offensive coach or assistant head coach? I can't remember. They got so many weird titles. But I think he's had some success as a tight ends coach, and I'll be interested to see if he can, find another diamond in the rough. All right, dog, you're starting to piss me off. Stop it. He's just trying to get my attention. Kicking my tripod all over this place. So yeah, there's definitely it's not like tight end was a factor last year. I know Brian's brains, but that's kind of the point, right? If you look at West Coast offense, tight end isn't supposed to be a factor until, coming out of the second half. In that first drive, they came out, they went to, it's a close game. Okay. You're up by, say, 3 points and getting the ball back. You're coming out on that drive. You haven't thrown to a tight end yet. Okay. You've yet to throw the ball to a tight end. They just been the extra blocker every time. So now, as they're sitting there in halftime, looking at the film defensively, they're going this, they're going that, they're going this, they're looking at stuff. Well, now's that time when you hit them. You hit him with the tight end. He has a little chip block on the linebacker. He pays no mind to him because he's chip blocked him 4 times, 5 times up to this point, and he's done nothing. He hasn't run a route. Now he actually comes to the second level. He thinks here he is getting his hands on him. Well, no, he's chip blocking him. He's rolling out and up the seam. He's turning around and bam, he's catching the football. And now you gouge the shit out of him. That's what you do. You put him into. Now, sometimes you come out right away. You see something the week before on the team when you're watching their film on defense, and you go, you know what, our tight ends, we can expose them right now. and you get them to then key in on the tight ends. It's a chess match. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. That's how you make it work, guys. So anytime there's technical difficulties, that means CB83 is around, unfortunately. CB83 ain't around, bro. He ain't around nowhere. Technical difficulties. Ain't no technomine difficulties. Well, yeah, there was a little bit, but yeah, no. CB83's drowning his sorrows in a bottle somewhere. Poor guy. Poll vote. Poll vote for what? What do you want to vote? A-Chain. Yeah, I'm excited about A-Chain personally. I want to see him. I want to see him get it going. I want to see what this running game can be. I want to see more. I feel like, again, Mike McDaniel making another faux pas in his offense. What's up, MCJB? I just got your text. When we got the running back Edwards and the guy from Arizona, they had wanted him to really badly be the 3-down type of back. He was going to be the pass catching back. He was going to be the guy we brought in that was the dynamic playmaker and the fresh younger legs and work it out. And to me, every time we threw him the ball, it was all thumbs. It was terrible pass catching ability, and it really limited the offense. And I'm wondering if Mike McDaniel got a little gun shy. And maybe Tua as a quarterback throwing to the running backs, maybe that wasn't really clicking. But I also think, he's a victim of his own success, seeing what he was doing with Tua out of the passing game, delivering these little dots all over the field to his playmakers in space, and they were having success, and he kind of got away of what he should have done. So I'm hoping that he can look back, have some self-reflection. He's already mentioned to the running back room and Moser, most importantly, that he did get away from the running and didn't do it. Yes, Chase Edmonds. Thank you. I don't know why I said whatever. I'm wondering if he realized that that's why they got Devon A-Chain, and that dynamic that they want to have in the running back room will be Devon A-Chain. And they can utilize this in a much more balanced fashion out of this offense, where you're going to see that, play action. He's going to stop, hit the block. And if everyone's blocked downfield, he's going to roll out into the flat and have all that space. Because if everyone's playing downfield, then chances are there's going to be an ability to have that. And I just want to see how the running back room changes a little bit. We had some injuries, is what it is. Running backs get banged up, especially having some guys that are, had some injuries in Moser and Jeff Wilson Jr. Let's see, man. Let's see. So yeah, everybody, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. This is about all I planned to stay on for was this hour and a half. I really do appreciate everybody coming by. I'm going to try to go again tomorrow night, trying to do the little bit shorter shows in the off season. We'll go back to the 2 and 3 hour long shows as we go around, but I'm just going to come around, a couple times more of the week, and we'll just open it up to discussion, and we'll banter back and forth. And I appreciate everybody coming out. If you guys haven't hit the like button, please do. And you know what? Probably see you guys tomorrow. Fins up, everybody.